10 hidden British beaches you didn't know existed. When you think of British beaches, images of Brighton's bustling pier or Cornwall's surfing hotspots probably spring to mind. But away from the crowded promenades and fish and chip stalls are secret stretches of sand and shingle, untouched corners of coastline that feel like they belong to another world. From Scotland's wild Highlands to tucked-away Welsh coves, these spots prove the UK has a treasure chest of seaside gems. Here are 10 hidden British beaches you didn't know existed, perfect for escaping the crowds and discovering a quieter Britain. 10. Sandwood Bay, Scotland. Remote, raw, and endlessly beautiful, Sandwood Bay is often called the wildest beach in Britain. Tucked away in Sutherland in the far northwest of Scotland, it can only be reached after a 4-mile walk across moorland from the tiny hamlet of Blairmore. There's no road access, no cafés, no kiosks, just you, the dunes, and the sound of the Atlantic. The beach stretches for about a mile, backed by sweeping dunes and a freshwater loch. Rising from the sea nearby is the famous sea stack Am-Boachaile, the herdsman, an icon of the Scottish coast. The sand here is usually described as golden, glowing different shades depending on the light. At sunset, the whole bay comes alive in warm colors. For lovers of true wilderness, Sandwood Bay is unmatched. 9. Man o' War Cove, Dorset. Just east of the world-famous Durdle Door lies a quieter neighbor, Man o' War Cove. Protected by curved rocky outcrops, the cove forms a natural amphitheater of sand and fine shingle. Turquoise water laps gently against the shore, making it one of the most inviting beaches on Dorset's Jurassic coast. Getting down involves a steep path and steps, which puts off the casual passerby, but for those who make the effort, it's worth it. The beach is quieter than its famous neighbor. On calm days, snorkelers enjoy spotting fish darting among the rocks, and the dramatic limestone formations make it feel like your own private discovery. Just remember there are no facilities here, so bring everything you need. 8. Untouched Beach, Wales. On the Cardigan Bay coastline lies Muanty, a sheltered sandy cove hugged by grassy green cliffs. Though small, this gem is one of Wales's most charming hidden beaches. Unlike busier nearby stretches, Muant has a calm, almost timeless atmosphere. Perched above the beach is a tiny whitewashed chapel, the Church of the Holy Cross, dating back to the Middle Ages. From the hilltop, visitors often spot bottlenose dolphins and porpoises leaping in the bay below. The National Trust protects this area, keeping its natural beauty intact. Families love its golden sand, while walkers enjoy the clifftop trails with panoramic views over Cardigan Bay. 7. Porthdinlaen, Wales. On the Llyn Peninsula, Porthdinlaen feels like a place time forgot. This tiny coastal settlement, owned by the National Trust, is home to just a couple of dozen buildings, most of them old fishermen's cottages. Cars are not allowed for visitors, so you'll need to park at Morfa and walk along the sand or through the golf course to get there. That gentle effort keeps the crowds low. At the heart of the beach sits the Ty Cock Inn, a pub with a red front that has been voted one of the best beach bars in the world. Imagine sitting with a pint, toes in the sand, while fishing boats bob in the sheltered bay. The headland beyond holds the remains of an Iron Age fort, and the surrounding waters host seagrass meadows, seabirds, and sometimes gray seals. Porthdinlaen is not just a beach, it's an experience. 6. Rackwick Bay, Orkney Islands. On the island of Hoy in Orkney lies Rackwick Bay, a place so dramatic it feels like the edge of the earth. Red sandstone cliffs tower above a sweeping bay where boulders give way to patches of sand. Storms can shift the sand, so at times you'll see wide sandy stretches, while at other times boulders dominate the shore. This rugged spot has long inspired poets and artists who call it hauntingly beautiful. Walkers heading to the famous Old Man of Hoy sea stack often pass through here. Facilities are minimal, just a simple bothy and hostel. But that's what makes Rackwick so special. Wildlife thrives here too. Puffins and other seabirds nest on the cliffs, while otters sometimes appear near the burn that runs into the bay. 5. Keenance Cove, Cornwall. Cornwall is full of world-class beaches, but Keenance Cove on the Lizard Peninsula has a magic all its own. Managed by the National Trust, this area of outstanding natural beauty is known for its serpentine rock formations, dramatic stacks, and turquoise water. At low tide, caves and little coves are revealed, including places with whimsical names like the Drawing Room and the Parlor. It's about a 15-minute walk from the car park, which keeps numbers lower than beaches right by the road. Still, it can get busy in summer, so early mornings or off-season visits are best. The views from the clifftop paths are jaw-dropping, and the tide transforms the beach dramatically. Just be cautious. Caves and Asparagus Island can be cut off quickly at high tide. 4. Luscantyre Sands, Isle of Harris, Scotland. On the Isle of Harris in the Outer Hebrides lies one of the most spectacular beaches in the world, Luscantyre Sands. Golden sand stretches for miles, lapped by aquamarine water, with the mountains of Harris rising in the distance. On a sunny day, it's hard to believe you're still in Britain. Despite its beauty, Luscantyre often feels deserted. The journey to Harris puts off casual tourists, meaning those who do make it here are rewarded with peace and space. It's a favorite for photographers, thanks to the contrast of white sand, turquoise sea, and dramatic skies. Wildlife lovers may spot seals, otters, or even eagles overhead. 3. Rhossili Bay's Worm's Head, Wales. Rhossili Bay is no secret. It's often ranked as one of the best beaches in Britain. But head toward the western tip, and you'll find Worm's Head, a tidal island that offers a wilder adventure. Accessible only at low tide, the causeway is open for about 2.5 hours on either side of low tide. Crossing is a thrill. Rock pools teem with life, seabirds nest on the cliffs, and the views back across Rhossili's 3 miles of golden sand are unforgettable. The headland itself is made of 2 promontories that resemble a giant sea serpent, giving Worm's Head its name. Visitors must be careful not to get stranded. The tide races back in quickly. For those who time it right, it's one of Wales' most exciting coastal walks. 2. Cuckmere Haven, Sussex. Set where the River Cuckmere meets the English Channel, Cuckmere Haven is one of the most photogenic spots in southern England. The iconic Seven Sisters chalk cliffs rise above the shingle beach, while the river meanders gently to the sea. The old Coast Guard cottages on the cliff edge are endlessly photographed and have featured in films and TV dramas. Though popular with walkers, Cuckmere is quieter than nearby Brighton or Eastbourne, offering a more tranquil experience. At low tide, rock pools appear, and birdwatchers enjoy the salt marshes that surround the river. It's a reminder that even in busy Sussex, there are corners that still feel timeless. 1. Achmelvich Beach, Scotland. At the top of our list is Achmelvich Beach, near Lochinver in the northwest Highlands. With its brilliant white sand and crystal-clear water, it looks almost Mediterranean on a sunny day. It's accessible by a single-track road, but the remoteness means it never feels overcrowded. In summer, families enjoy camping nearby, and adventurous visitors explore the rocky headlands. Wildlife is common. Porpoises and dolphins are occasionally seen offshore. A quirky feature of the area is the Hermit's Castle, a tiny concrete building from the 1950s perched on the rocks. Whether you're building sand castles, swimming in the bracing water, or simply soaking up the peace, Achmelvich leaves a lasting impression. From Sandwood Bay's raw wilderness to Akmelvich's almost tropical sands, these 10 hidden British beaches you didn't know existed prove the UK coastline has more to offer than just its famous names. Next time you're craving a seaside escape, skip the busy tourist hubs and uncover one of these gems. You might just find your new favorite spot. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.